Hey there guys, I'm just editing this in real quick. Got a little depressed last night, sitting around whining about things, and I decided to sculpt me a zombie. Two reasons. Needed to just touch the clay, and the other reason is that I had a call from Jamie Lerzio this week and saying he's putting together a haunted house, and I had talked to a few other people recently who were saying they were doing the same, and realized I needed to get some cheap-ass zombies out, so to speak. Something along the lines of not as expensive as my big custom foam fill job. So what I had in mind was to design a zombie set of zombies. My fault for not saying it. A set of zombies that are wearable. No full shoulders, just simple slip masks, fairly easy paint jobs, and inexpensive costs. No $100 and something, maybe. I'd like to keep these guys within the range of maybe 60 to maybe 70 bucks. But more along the lines around 60, I think. Literally. Simple and easy, quick and fast, disgusting. This guy, as you can see here, is just a little bit of an imagination thing. I did it in about 4 hours. I just felt like getting something out of my system, and I've got room for 3 more that I want to do in the same vein. Shotgun cheap victim, but we're going to go with a custom later on in the year. Something full shoulder and all that, but for right now I just want to do 3 simple, cheap and easy zombies for everyone, make everybody happy with me, so they can get something quick and easy for their haunted houses. Stuff that can be fixed up or modified, stuff that can be played with, and of course obviously wearable. Again, we're going with my favorite technique, as most mask makers know. This may not look like a huge piece, especially when I put my hand in front of it, but this, believe it or not, is quite wearable, because as usual I'm using the face front forward technique, which is I'm extremely good at and have used on several good occasions, where this particular face, this design you see, is much farther forward in the design of the head than you think, because your head is all the way back here, and your nose, well, your nose will probably come into around here somewhere, literally, if you're looking from the side. So this whole front face literally is a facade. It's kind of like way in front of you, and I'm good at sculpting designs where I can get away with stuff like this, deep noses, stuff like that. Also, this is kind of why the ears are so far back. You may not notice it yourself, but they are slightly farther back than the real thing, so that the ear holes will kind of match up with the person who's going to be wearing it. As you can see, standard zombie, we're just talking the usual gruesome, kind of gross, dark colors. Now, bear in mind the lighter colors. The skin is done on purpose because of lighting purposes. Zombies tend to be a little too dark, I noticed, in haunted houses, and they get obscured by the lighting. All you see is the bone, in other words, or the eyes. I wanted to get something that actually had sort of neon color that would pick up a lot of color in the background, or a lot of color itself. Fairly simple. These pieces will actually run only about $60. Can you imagine? This particular piece will be about 60 bucks, and I can get it out to you in 3 weeks. I promise that. It only takes me 3 weeks to get it out. Now, it's lighter than my usual pieces because it's not as thick. It has the backing through the back of the top of the head and the back of the head. But what it also has, see, this is funny. As I say, I designed my mask to be cheaper because, well, I had to. This piece was designed strictly to be worn over a period of time. We're talking hours. Now, I'll give you a rundown real quick before we get into this. Problem with being a person in a haunted house, it's usually dark. Lots of problems is sound and breathing. So what I've designed all the masks, or all the masks will be designed with, is, 1, they all have ear holes. Very large ear holes. They're hidden in the piece itself, but they're there. 2, they have very good vision. Again, they're hidden in the piece, but they are there. There's 1 here, 2 here, 3 here. There's 1 big one and another big one there. There are vent holes, believe it or not, cut into the piece underneath the head. Now, this is for ventilation. I know what it's like to be inside one of these things for like an hour and just sweating like a pig. Ventilation for somebody who's going to have to be moving a lot in these things is very good. Sight, again, something you very, very well need. So let me put this thing on and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I just got powder all over.
Now, I have good venting right here, and I can breathe quite thoroughly. You can probably hear me quite well as well. I can see up to here, out to here, down to here, down this way, and I even have a sort of a slight side-to-side vision. Now, a person who's got their face pushed up into this mask, like I'm doing now, can even see as far over as here and here. So, and I can hear really good. Now, this is very important, as I said, when you're wearing one of these guys. You got this on in a haunted house for like an hour, you're going to want this kind of ventilation. You're going to want to be able to breathe, move, and sound, hear things around you.